My name is Riley, and I want to talk about driving today. I am driving home from work, internship. Thought I'd chat a little bit while I do my driving. You should not do this. Do not look at the camera while you're driving. I, myself, have had a, let's say, rocky relationship with driving. Not a one that is ideal. I've never been I don't say I'm a bad driver. I'm saying I'm a decent driver. And to that similar effect, I'm a decent car person. I'm not like a huge car person, but I understand cars. I know their makes and models. I understand how they work, how they function. The basics of how driving is supposed to go. The act of driving kind of nerved me for a very, very long time. When you initially get your license, you're excited about the notion of like all the freedom that you get from it, just being able to travel anywhere. Like the world is your oyster, pretty much at that point. Because you want to go, unless if you want to go on water, so then you're kind of screwed. At the same time, with all that freedom comes danger, a lot of danger. Every time you get behind the wheel and you sit in the car, there is a chance you're going to crash and there's a chance you're going to die. It's just how it is. Obviously, that's nerve-wracking. That's really nerve-wracking, especially when you're sitting here for the first time in a driver's license. When you first have your driver's license, especially sitting right here, like you're in control right here. Even if, let's say, the car like next to you hit you, you're still kind of liable in a way, and so your actions matter when you drive. Every single thought that occurs or doesn't occur matters, but you really have to think about what you're doing when you're driving. And that sounds like a duh, like yeah, of course you have to think when you drive, but I'm talking like everything, like how the other car's moving, how are you moving. Your feelings surprisingly matter when you drive. It can lead you to do a lot of things that you typically wouldn't do depending on the mood. Like if you're like really sad or depressed in that day, driving might make you more anxious. Like you might be more of an anxious driver. If you're feeling angry that day, you might be more of a rowdy driver, and you might make actions and that affect others around you differently. And the ideal state for driving is to be level-headed, to be kind of not like unfocused, but confident. Confidence. You want confidence when you drive. Unfortunately, I'm not the person that has a lot of that, and so naturally, when I was starting driving out, I was nervous. I still am nervous when I'm driving all the time. It's not really something that goes away, that fear. But you can't let that fear of driving let you stop yourself from ever getting fully behind the wheel. Is there ways and reasons why you wouldn't drive? Yeah, of course, obviously. But like sitting behind the wheel, driving something like this is a experience of fun, regardless of what car you're in, what experience you're doing. But to get behind the wheel, you want confidence. But in order to build that confidence, you have to get behind the wheel. So it's kind of like double-edged sword, where just like you kind of just have to bite the bullet one day and just decide, screw it, I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna learn how to drive. Learning is a process of accepting yourself, kind of just accepting how bad you are at something. Like you're going in, you realize you're not going to be perfect, and even if you do feel like you're going to be perfect, you're not. You have to kind of let that confidence build over time, and it doesn't happen within a day, not a week, not even a month, years, like literal years I'm talking about. And that sounds intimidating. Like yeah, like I don't really want to put years of my life into a skill like that I don't find enjoyment in. You don't initially really enjoy driving. You don't really get it why people like cars so much. until you really start driving, until you really start getting behind the wheel consistently. But it's when you get like this one right here, you can't see it, but it's a straight, and I'm going about 50 miles per hour right now, straight in a 50 on a hill, kind of country-ish vibe. That's kind of for me when I realized I enjoyed driving. I enjoyed cars in general. Just this moment of my car moving and me seeing all these sights pass before my eyes, and I have full control. It's that freedom. Like I said, it's freedom. Freedom is so wonderful. We love freedom, but it's not something that comes easily, and it comes very rarely. True freedom comes very, very rarely. Like right now, I had my freedom for 2 seconds, and then a Mercedes-Benz just pulled up in front of me, and I had to adjust, and then my freedom was robbed. But I don't think you have to enjoy what you're doing when you start out. I don't think you even have to enjoy what you're doing constantly. Sure, that's the ideal. Like, ideally, you want to be enjoying every moment of your life, and you want to be enjoying driving 24/7. But driving is up and down, just like everything else. Like, trapped in an intersection like this, woo, very exciting. But when you're moving, like those sparse moments when nothing is surrounding you, when you're able to just kind of just cruise down the road, enjoying the motion of the car itself, enjoying the motion of it moving, of it turning, of your actions having consequences. I feel like that word, your actions having consequences, it sounds negative, but I don't think it truly is. Yes, your actions have consequences, and those consequences can be dire, but at the same time, those consequences could also be good consequences. Like, yes, I have to drive, but because I have to drive, I'm getting better at driving, and I'm getting more confident at driving. I don't think I would be able to record this video at all if I wasn't feeling even slightly confident in driving right now. I've had this car for like maybe 5-6 years, but it wasn't really until I moved out and I started driving consistently that I felt like it's my car. Now I feel like it's my car. I feel like I need to take care of this car because this is me. This is my car. For those interested, it's a Volkswagen Passat 2002 with its suspension lowered, so it's a little bit lower to the ground. V6, 6-cylinder engine, all-wheel drive. We love that. I kind of want to wrap around back to the topic of driving is about confidence, and it is. You want to trust in your actions and trust in yourself. That's hard. It's hard to trust yourself to do something right, and it takes a lot of you doing wrong before you feel like you can do something right. And even then, you might not be able to do something right. Why am I saying this? It's because I've always been a person who's never been super confident in myself. I think confidence is something that isn't magically gained. I think confidence is something you earn over time, over screwing up a little bit, over experimenting, over getting in a car and actually doing the motion, actually driving. Sometimes that's all that really is. It's all about just driving. Just letting yourself drive. You can study all the books you want, all the study guides, you can watch all the videos you'd like, you can watch other people do it. There's only so much you can learn by watching and just thinking about doing it. You just have to do it sometimes. It's an icebreaker, it's not a deal. So, yeah, I'm not a confident driver. I've never been a super big confident person, but I'm trying. I'm working on it. I am driving right now. I am getting used to how all the cars move, how my car moves, how I drive, how my feet interact with the pedals. And I'm building that confidence. Am I there yet? No. But I'm driving. That's all you really have to do. Until a GMC Yukon goes way too slow and is inconvenience for like, God damn it.